I was asked to make a video on slides, Portamento. So there's more than one type, and I'll try and briefly discuss them. Let's start on the A string, first position to third position. I'll start on my first finger, that's a B. I'll go up to third position, and when I arrive, I'll add my third finger, F sharp. Okay? So if we shift on the 1, the finger that was down before we shifted, some people call that an old finger slide, because you'll hear a slide, but then you'll have a clean new note at the top. We shifted on the old finger, add the new finger when you arrive in the new position. You want to make sure you stay nice and loose throughout and you do not squeeze the neck. Okay? You can also do the reverse of that. Say I start in F sharp, I slide down on the 3, which is the old finger, and then I lift it out when I arrive at the new position, which is first position. Okay, if you do it on a slur, there's not a coordination problem. You just add the new finger when you get to the new position. But if you do it on a bow change, you have to make sure when you arrive in your new position that you change your bow at the exact same moment that you add your new finger. If you do not, you will hear 2 pitches in third position, which would be incorrect. So the timing is something you must practice. Make sure that you only end up hearing the upper note. Okay? That slide is not dramatic, but it's a nice connecting slide. You hear Yehudi Menuhin does it frequently throughout his recordings. The next type of shift, or portamento, is, some people call it a romantic shift or romantic slide. Some people call it new finger, because you actually are shifting on the new finger. You'll add the new finger before you arrive. I've heard it called the Heifetz slide, different names. The trick here is to make sure you add that new finger before you get there, but I don't want to add it in the first position. If I add it in first position and slide up, it's too much. It's just too large a shift. It's kind of gross. So you have to actually leave your old position and then coordinate your new finger arrival, or placement I should say, before you get to the new position. So if I do it on a slurred bow, all a down bow, I'll start moving or shifting, add the finger, I take the old finger off. I don't leave them both down most of the time. I find that there's less risk of hand tension, but you can practice with both down. I find that it's easier if you remove the old finger. But do not start to shift there. You'll actually start moving. It's like landing an airplane. The airplane, it's not a helicopter, it's an airplane. It has to come in with motion. So, understand? Now you'll be nice and light. When you get there, you can maybe add a little more weight to the hand. If you have vibrato, certainly, I mean, you need vibrato if you're going to do this. It's very dramatic that way. And if you're shifting on a higher shift, in this case, say I go from third position up to 8th position, A's, first finger up to third finger, I actually want to strengthen my finger a little bit by elongating it more than, say if I go up here and play it, it would be curved like this. But when I'm shifting like this, I want to make sure I don't roll to the back side of the finger. So I open the finger up a little bit. It makes it stronger. Now I don't mean tension. I don't mean that. It just keeps your hand from potentially rolling to the back. And you have to learn how to coordinate these things with bow changes. If I have to change my bow, I want to, if it's not in a slur, I want to change my bow the moment my new finger comes down. If I go back to that first to third position, I don't want to shift and then change my bow somewhere in the middle. When my 3 touches the string, that's where I change my bow. often I will start with a slow bow and speed it up a little bit after I've changed. That way there's more dramatic crescendo to the top, and also that release of motion also helps release tension in the hand. So if you don't want it to be too powerful too soon, you don't want to hear some accent or something. So I have a slower bow speed and then increase bow speed as I go up the shift. Remember to coordinate the new finger with the bow change. Otherwise, you'll hear that. Okay? Does that make sense? You can also do it shifting downward. I don't ever shift down on the new finger. It's the old finger. So if I'm in third going to first, I shift on the old finger and have a clean arrival at the bottom. I never do that. I mean, maybe for some kind of special effect, but the Russian slide or the romantic slide in reverse is not done. So there's never an absolute on anything. Someone will do it somewhere, but it's not a normal technique. Okay, so hopefully that will help you through this process, get you started on it. Good luck.